Good evening, all of you. I hope I'm audible. Presentation is visible. Screen is visible to all of you. Just put in a chat box. So as it is visible, we will start with the session immediately. I have put one question in a chat box, which is about who all have done sky observation, specifically pole star, what we studied yesterday, Cassiopeia, that is Sharmishta constellation. Then third thing was about Jupiter, Mars, Saturn. Now, these five things which I taught you yesterday, if you would have tried today, you would have find the difference between what is being seen on computer, mobile, or TV screen and what is seen physically in the sky. And that is why this particular course, Astronomy and Basics of Sky Observation, is initiated or started by me. Normally, things don't look exactly the way they are simulated only because there are a lot of things or minor changes which affect us a lot when we have physical or actual view of the things which we are trying to study or which are of our interest. तो स्काई ऑब्जर्वेशन के दरमियान जब आप खुले आसमान में होते हो तब आपने जो स्काई मैप में देखा, जो स्काई चार्ट में देखा, कोई सॉफ्टवेयर में देखा, इससे बहुत ज्यादा अंतर आ जाता है. टू मेक योर आईज, योर ब्रेन used to this particular changes, we need to keep shuffling between actual observation in sky to the simulated observation in a software. So yesterday we talked about stellarium, some celestia, some Google sky map. Now today also we will continue with same thing because out of 5 lectures, this is being third lecture and this third lecture may be your last lecture pertaining to the observation, at least when you are present in a night. रात में आप यहाँ जो देख रहे हो वो अगर ओपन एरिया में बैठे हो, लॉन पे बैठे हो, ग्राउंड पे बैठे हो, टेरेस में बैठे हो, so probably you will be able to observe that same thing. Today I posted some photographs also on your WhatsApp group just to tell you that today's mobile technology has gone to such a beautiful extent, advanced extent, that normally whatever you are able to see through your eyes, in even night mode also you are able to see through your mobile. So just put in a chat box how many of you have at least seen that those photographs what I have posted on WhatsApp group. तो जरा chat box में लिखिए तो मुझे अंदाजा आएगा that exactly what you have seen. I hope जरा ये फुल आपका जो सेंटेंस है ना फुल रहना चाहिए. आपका थम, यस सर, यस, इससे मुझे कुछ मतलब नहीं निकलता है. You can just put in a very short sentence like I have seen Mars, I have seen this, I have seen that. तो अपने बहुत सारे लोगों ने देखा बोल रहे हैं आप, तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. फोटोग्राफ्स देखे ये मैं समझ रहा हूं क्योंकि मैंने सवाल वो पूछा था. नाउ निमिषा और अमृता जी इज टेलिंग दैट cloudy, it's cloudy in Coimbatore. Okay, that's fine. Thank you for information. And then others have seen probably. So let's go to the our today's presentation. Now today, I don't know how many of you will be able to see. There is, hold on, still messages are coming. So okay, we'll not get into that part. Now we'll go to the presentation part. This is lecture 3. We have go with that particular acknowledgement that the material has been taken from internet. Learnings of the session 1 I have already told in brief that it's about scientific thinking which I want to inculcate, and I just want to emphasize on very important part that probably our ancestors have thought in a reformative way, scientific way, and today we are living in a very peaceful environment, at least countries like India is concerned. Now this is what we were interested in learning throughout this particular 5 sessions. We have started with some constellation, some sun signs, some notable stars, some nakshatras, and actual things like this is Mriga Nakshatra, then Mruga Tarka Samuha, and now we will go to the next. In session 2, we started with the origin of universe, but didn't go beyond that. Then we went directly into sky observation because it was very much essential. I even didn't answer the question how old is our universe, how old is human race here. I didn't tell you other things which are related to the origin of universe, but we surely discussed about the pole star and its presence and its duration to be pole star when it is once come to that particular precisional circle of earth axis movement. Then we tried to do the some practical approach in a simulated way to identify pole star. We learned concept of longitude, latitude. We didn't touch RA and declination part. We talked about Greenwich meridian. This is origin of universe, and then we went into this particular block, and then we continued with something. But today I will start with this particular part again to just name certain constellations. So now one by one we will start. I already told you, or must not have told, and I will just again tell you why I am showing west in this direction. Yesterday I told you how to use this map which I'm presenting you whenever you are using Stellarium like software, because this is picture taken from that software. This particular W is going to be my forehead side, and this map is going to be some umbrella or chhatri which is going to be on my head, and then probably then east is going to be on the back of my head. इस तरीके से हम जब देखेंगे, then west means setting stars, constellation, nebulas will be visible at that moment. In the next few minutes, hours, or duration or lapses, these things are going to set. So whenever I'm going for observation, it's always preferable to start from the west. So today also, I am going with the same thing. I'm starting with the west. Now, really speaking, just seeing this figure, I will not be able to tell you what is this constellation. I'll not be able to tell you many of these constellations if they are half or partially visible, unless until I'm very pro or I'm regularly in touch with this thing. So I'm not. So now I'm coming to this part which we yesterday studied, that this is Sagittarius constellation, means Dhanu Rashi. Okay. Then we talk it is nearby. Now having Saturn and Jupiter, which I told you to go through your sky. But now unluckily some people have cloudy sky. But just remember that this will be visible. Every day you will have movement of 4 minutes early rising of every celestial body. ये जो चीज whatever I'm telling you, we will explain it. Every 1 hour we have 15-degree transition of the sky or 15-degree change in the place of the celestial bodies present starting from east to west. So every 1 hour 15-degree will be rising or 15-degree will be setting. What is it and all we will come today in a very finer way by explaining how degree to be measured in the sky. Now, as we have seen Jupiter and Saturn, this was approximate position. In sky, you will not see something like this. It will be little, Saturn will be on a little left side and Jupiter will be on a little right side, and the gap will be also little more. Because actual sky, things are little different. This is at a lower scale. In sky, the scale will be much bigger than whatever we are observing. Now I am going to tell you some constellation जिनको हम sun sign बोलते हैं, and I am going to cover path called ecliptic. Okay, so just I will draw ecliptic first. Now I am going to mark that path. Okay, so this is my Saggy. This is how I am going to go. Oh. This is Sagittarius, then this is Capricornus, this is Aquarius, then there is Pisces, then you are going to Aries, then you are going to Taurus, and then you are going further. Now, suppose I am going to make it broader. So this is not the straight line. This is something arc, and this particular arc is called ecliptic because this is the path from which your sun sign will move. This is the path in which your planetary bodies, matlab wanderers, will move, and this is the path in which we'll have one constellation called Gemini, and which will be hosting one door like or gate like structure, and in most of the civilization it is been called gateway to the heavens. Heavenly bodies are passing through this particular gate, so it is a gateway to the heavens. In Marathi, Hindi, it is स्वर्गाचे द्वार और स्वर्ग का द्वार. तो ये स्वर्ग का द्वार वगैरह जो है, इसको ज्यादा सीरियसली लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट यू ऑलवेज फील so beautifully and poetic way and interesting way our ancestor has defined this all constellations and related stories, that we must appreciate their intelligence level. It doesn't mean that anything you will start believing because you like it, okay, or you have some tendency not to work hard to attain the success. Success will be attained only by hard work and sincere efforts. You don't need any unnecessary support from the supernatural things which you expect to happen. But today talks will not go on that. So I will just show you. Sagittarius is Dhanu Rashi. What I'm showing you is now Capricorns. Okay. Makar Rashi. Then we have this, that is Aquarius, matlab Kumbh Rashi. Then we have Mars is presently in one constellation called Pisces, yani Meen Rashi. Then I am showing you this constellation, which is Aries, yani Mesh Rashi. Then I am going further to show you this part, which is Taurus, matlab Rushabh Rashi. And I think our map is over because this is 8 o'clock map for the Shirdon. Okay, so we have seen some Rashi. Now we will go to some adjacent constellations which are very important. We have seen this summer triangle. Okay, before that I will just move that part. Okay, now this. I have told you that we have seen this summer triangle, which you must have seen, and you must be cursing me for my last photograph which I posted on WhatsApp group, because you must not have seen the stars. But if you see carefully with a lot of interest and curiosity and intention to see something, you will see three feeble stars which were taken by my simple mobile camera, and the distances at which these stars are located are tremendously high. Nobody must have seen them unless until they have knowledge what they are seeing, unless, and with not the technical content today's date what we know. Okay, of course, this is the summer triangle which I yesterday explained, so I will not go much in detail, deeper part of this. This is something which has got Vega, Lyra, that is this particular constellation is, I told you yesterday, it is Lyra. Okay, Swaramandal. This is Cygnus. Okay, means Hans. This is Aquila, means Garud Pakshi. Okay, then now I'll undo this and I will take you to some other area. This what you are seeing is basically Draco. Then we will move further. This is Ursa Minor. Yesterday I told you lot many things about Polaris, but in which constellation it is there? It is Ursa Minor. This I told you there is one star called, before that I will show you. This is Cepheus Rushaparva, and this has got one interesting thing, star called Alderamin. And this Alderamin is going to be pole star in the next 7,000 years. We'll move further. This is Cassiopeia, we have already seen. Then this constellation is very important. Hold on. This constellation is very important because this is going to show you something which is very interesting. Now your name is already been given, that is Andromedids. It's not that constellation. Andromeda is the constellation. If you talk about Andromeda constellation, then Devayani Tarka Samuha. But there is something else called Andromeda galaxy. That is something Andromeda Dirghika, manje Devayani Dirghika. The most closest galaxy to our Milky Way galaxy. Now what is Andromedids? Andromedids is a meteor shower from this particular constellation area very close to the Alpheraz and Mirage. Now, this what is this Alpheraz, Mirage, and all? We will go later. What is important here is here you have great square of Pegasus. Ye hai wo. This is very important. And what is important is now I am going to draw something. This is one, this is two, and this is third. I've shown you three patches of distance between schedule to your Alpheraz. Why I'm showing you this? I have got some interest to tell you. This particular area, I am extremely sorry, but in case you are able to see, just concentrate here. You must be seeing some feeble patch, absolutely near to not visible. That is something called Andromeda Galaxy M31. This M31 is something which is seen through naked eye and located at 22 lakhs light year. अभी ये सब हिसाब जो है light years वाला, lakhs वाला, that I will explain you later. This particular picture we are going to see in detail, but this beautiful things are not seen by the many of the scientists because of the unavailability of that specific knowledge or unavailability of resources like at least not telescope but binocular. Today's date, smaller version of binocular not costing 1,000 rupees can make you mesmerizing view of Andromeda galaxy, which you will be seeing at least whatever light you are seeing is 22 lakhs year old. Now, going into the explanation of this is also going to make some little troublesome things for you. So we'll not go directly into that. Okay. We will instead concentrate on other parts of the things which I want to explain. Just put in a chat box. Hopefully you are not getting bored. क्योंकि ये जो मैं explain कर रहा हूँ, just put in a chat box that are you getting bored? Is this the right way to explain the things? You are comfortable? Yes or no? Yes, no. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, not comfortable. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. I didn't see comfortable, sir. Thank you. That's the right answer. So at least I forget sometime what I asked. Okay, we'll go into the presentation part again. So now we have seen this particular. Now you may ask some interesting question like, sir, what is Andromeda part in this constellation wise, and what is Pegasus part of great square of Pegasus? I said na. So this initial part is great square of Pegasus. Okay, and if I say this is the part of Andromeda constellation, and this is the part of Andromeda galaxy. So if this is all that, so now I will take you to some other part. I talked to you about Perseus. Perseus is Yayati. I talked to you about Visa Khandekar, his famous novel, and the depiction of one particular story from Mahabharata's epic. Now this particular is a Perseus, okay, called Yayati. Got one very important star called Algol. Okay, now this is variable. What is variable star? You need not bother about it now. We will have a lot of time to explain you the same. This is, if this is a Perseus, let's come out of this and let's see what's going to be adjacent to that. This is Capella, but we'll not get into that Capella part. Before that, we will cover up some other things like this is Aries. This is Triangulum. This is Pisces. Okay, दो मछलियां पूंछ बांध के खड़ी है. That is what how it is imagined. Now somebody asks you where is Mars located? Obviously in Pisces. Somebody asks you where is Uranus located? They will not ask because it is not connected to horoscope or kundli. But now you can see Uranus. I have never seen Uranus with telescope क्योंकि उतना बड़ा टेलीस्कोप मेरे पास है नहीं. But presently sky mapping is telling you where is Uranus. Okay. Now this is Cetus constellation. It has got one prominent star called Dibda. Okay. So this is that Cetus. Other side what we have seen is Draco. तो Draco दिखाना मैं भूल गया हूं, तो I will. Cetus is also one sort of श्वापद, मतलब एक एनिमल जैसी चीज है. एंड मैं आपको जो दिखाना भूल गया, this is that Draco. This Draco has got one star called Thuban. Okay, तो उस तरीके से अगर हम जाएंगे तो this is Draco constellation. This is Ursa Minor. This is Cepheus. This is present pole star. I think one of them is going to be the next pole star. This may be, and this may be your that particular Thuban, or maybe this. I don't remember. So this is your circle. So I will redraw. Okay, I'll just remove all these things and I will redraw the circle again for you. That probably this is the, hold on, where is Vega? Okay, this is Vega. Okay, so this particular thing is going to form some circle in which probably you will have your pole star like thing. So I said now this is going to be some closer to this, so this may behave like a your pole star at some later date. Now presently scene is not exactly clear, but I have read it somewhere, and so it must be like that. But we can clarify our doubts at a later stage. So we have seen major constellation in this side. Now left over is, this is Grus, this is Pisces Austrinus, this is Phoenix, and I think this much is enough for this side because other things can be explained with their particular name. Now leftover thing is this, and that I am going to show you in a little broader fashion. And this is your Taurids, which is going on meteor shower, and this is your Taurus constellation. इसमें हम लोग एक बैल जैसी चीज को दिखाते हैं, ये उसकी आंख है जो है रोहिणी, मतलब अल्देब्रान. Now this Aldebaran and all these names come from the Arabic civilization. When in between civilization actually try that Andhar Yug जिसको हम बोलते हैं ना, that particular period when the civilizations were even destroying the knowledge base because of the unnecessary interference by the religious fanatics, some people, some civilizations were preserving somebody's knowledge, and that were the Arabic civilization. And most of the knowledge what they acquired in that period have got renamed to some stars, constellation, and so you will find names like Alperaz, Aldebaran, and all these things. So this is Aldebaran, which is Rohini Tarka Yog Tara Mandal. Matlab this is the prominent star of Taurus constellation. Now, if this is the prominent star of Taurus constellation, you must be seeing something rising at 8 o'clock map, and that is Capella. Capella is Hindi Marathi called Brahmarudhay. And this Brahmarudhay is part of the constellation called Auriga. In Marathi and Hindi, it is called Sarathi. Now it has got some wonderful story attached to it. We will see it when next time we will go through this part. So suppose now I asked you what you have seen today's date, hold on, is at least mid-November 8 to 8:30 sky chart for longitude of 72-73 degree and latitude of 19 degree, matlab somewhere places nearby Mumbai suburbs or Konkan region. Okay. Now what is important here? Important is knowing this many things will help you to understand direction, understand the time, date, understand the Rutu, matlab season, so many things. But those things will not be immediately clear. Now, certain things you must have felt little like these Andromedids or Taurids. This is something meteor shower, and you all know what is meteor shower. In case you don't know, we will be covering these parts in the consecutive lectures. So hopefully now I open up forum for your questions in case you have any doubts. Okay. Hope we are comfortable, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Very interesting. No, we are not getting, but okay. Please write down your questions in case you have any. Why I'm telling you all these things? Only because this observational part, which I'm doing theoretically, I personally feel little odd, because I know you have got tremendous interest. Your most of the theoretical questions which you are asking are not your questions. They are questions which your parents are raising. You are also nodding your head and then sending it to me. You are not understanding question and even answer also sometimes. But then this specific observational part, your most of the queries will be most welcome, because this is something which you are going to use day in and out whenever you are out with your friends, your families, or some a picnic, whatever it is. No doubt. So we will go back to our next slide. Now this is what we yesterday seen. We have seen this is a North Pole sky map, considering that as the central reference point, that some human being or some observer is standing here. And then we observed other things. What this chart has got, which I didn't explain. What is this? This we need to know. It has got something called 0, then something -1, -2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least this particular designating +5 to -2 with rising brightness of the dark spot or size of the dark circle or dark field circle makes it very clear that if I represent the area of that dark shaded portion to be intensity, luminosity, brightness of particular star, it means that negative is a brighter, positive is a feeble or little dimmed version, or less intense or less bright. So if it is a brighter which is negative, then you will be shocked to know that probably sun, moon, Venus, what may be their magnitude value. Now this is just oral question. You put it to the internet and you will get the answer. If I will tell you now, then probably you will not search and it will be spoon feeding. So if you give man a fish, you feed him for a day, and you tell him how to fish, you feed him for a life. आपके लिए ये सवाल है कि we have something, why it is +5 and restricted, not given +6, +7. Is there something which is +7, +8, +10, +20? Yes, it is there. Then why it is not shown here? Because your common naked eye with a good eyesight will be able to see in a okay good climatic condition up to +5 or +6. So whatever stars noted here are all in the range of at least having +5. No, at most +5. मतलब कम से कम intensity is +5, so that you are able to see, but not in a Mumbai sky or not in a Coimbatore's cloudy sky. It has to be some place which is very clean, pollution point of view. It is very clean as far as the fog and clouds are concerned. It is very clean as far as the light pollution is concerned. So in that context, some deserted, clean, dry area without any man-made polluting substances causing the sky to be invisible. So if this statement is clear to you, then let's get into understanding from top to bottom that what exactly intensity it must. Are we able to see here by chance Vega? अभी मुझे वेगा ढूंढने में टाइम लगेगा, एक मिनट। हाँ मिला। अभी वेगा को पकड़ के रखिए जरा सब लोग, अच्छे से देखिए। प्लीज ऑब्जर्व वेगा क्लियरली। And yesterday I told you that it should be closer to 0. तो चलो वेगा को देख लिया आपने। अभी वेगा का नंबर देखो, 0 का नंबर देखो। 0 का साइज, वेगा का साइज एग्जैक्टली सेम। मतलब 0 magnitude is the representative of some reference point, and Vega matches well with that reference point because it has got 0.03 magnitude. Mag bolte hain in short form. So it has got 0.03 mag or around, which is closer to 0. So it serves as a reference. If you talk about this particular Venus, it will be around -4 to 5. If you talk about full moon, it will be somewhere around -12.7. If you talk about sun, it will be around 25, 24 in minus range. If you talk about this pole star, which we talked yesterday, it will be around 2 in a positive direction. And that is why very easily you are able to see Deneb, you are very easily able to see Jupiter, Saturn. But then pole star is not so easily visible because the intensity difference or magnitude difference, when I say somebody is 1 and other is 2, that it is in logarithmic scale. So hopefully you will understand that it is when I say 1 to 2, it's not difference of 1, it's a difference of 10. Okay, but what is all these things? Probably Gargi and Junior Badgujar will not be very happy if I'll keep talking on these lines because they are too young to understand all these things. So let's get into that. You can very easily understand. Suppose I take Cassiopeia, then here you can see Kaf, Shadir are compared to other stars are brighter. Even sky also, if you have today seen the Cassiopeia, you can very easily see this particular part of W to be very nicely visible. This is okay, but this is almost not visible. Why? Because the particular this point is quite feeble. It's even positive direction. These all are around zero or at least closer to minus zero point 0.5 point minus 1. So because of those things, probably visibility is not good. Now come to the some other part of it. Let's see if this is particularly that activity. Then we were talking about Andromeda constellation. Okay. Now you will very easily see. I was talking to you that suppose, sorry, I'll just make this like this. I was talking to you. This was that V of W. Then I was talking to you about Mirac. Then I draw one line from this point to this, and I said I will divide it into three parts. And then I said, please concentrate here. And then I showed you some people point asking for, please look for the M31, which is Andromeda galaxy. So now these things, because of the repetitive things, are quite put up, well put into my brain. But for you to understand, you have to see multiple maps in a multiple direction, in a multiple way, so that things will get fixed up in your brain, so that whenever you go for some small demo or lecture like things with your friends, when you are sitting idle in some lawn at night time waiting for somebody to come, then they will enjoy and start having some new good positive technically valid hobby. And anyway, our India is getting astronomy Olympiad, International Astronomy Olympiad gold for many years. But people like you will start contributing, then probably the propagation of this science and scientific thinking will be better. Anyways, hopefully you must have understood what I'm trying to show you. So now every map has something to tell you. So this is something which we never going to use because we are never going to be standing on the pole star, North Pole. So yesterday, in reference to those previous figures, I wanted to tell you what is exact significance of your local point with a longitude and latitude different than pole star or equator or South Pole or Australia. Then this particular thing we understood it well. We got little deeper understanding of why east, north, positive, negative is put up. And now we will go into the this four venues of our students we understood. Then we understood pole star with its precisional movement. Then we went in माइक बंद करिए हेलो हाँ सकपाल जी माइक बंद रखिए okay now then we went in finding pole star location. Then after completing and finishing the session, Gargi had a problem again because she's too young. That's her, we didn't understand how to find pole star. So for that, Gargi, as and when possible, please go outside in night sky and see that you will be seeing a pole star at 11 degree from north. Please don't mute me, okay? You have muted me, Mrs. Sakpal, probably. Don't do that, okay? It happens by mistakenly. You don't have any intentions to trouble me. I know you, all of you, okay? So it's not like that. You have to understand that using this technological thing na sometimes create a problem. Sir, can you explain Phoenix constellation again? Okay, we'll come to that. Okay, Phoenix or Pictor. This there are 88 constellation. Okay, Nimisha or Sindhu. Okay, it will be very difficult for me to explain you each constellation in this first five session. These first five sessions are intended to understand from your end whether such type of explanation and class will be of interest to the common student or not. You are going to give me detailed, sincere feedback after our first five classes that shall we continue or not. Okay, so does every country have a different mythological story behind this, sir? Yes, absolutely. Because the way I will be looking at the thing and the way you will be looking, obviously the perspective changes based on the sanskar, based on the realities around. You can see the countries which has got lot of snakes available, they will be always worshipping snakes. The countries which were more civilized and gone little safer into the community living will have different type of god and goddess, because they understand that something which is different than this particular thing may be supernatural. So there are a lot of explanations. Sir, I have telescope but I am not able to use it. That is what shlok I am telling so many parents since last 20 years, that please don't buy telescope unless until you have good knowledge resource, good understanding of sky, good understanding of using binoculars, and the next step is basically telescope. Prerna has helped us with the finding of magnitude of sun, which is minus 26.74. Then, sir, what were the signs of alpha and beta in the star map? Very good. See, we all know Greeks have got alphabets which are alpha, beta, gamma, delta, omega, omicron, so many things. So these systems as initially developed by the scientists or people nearby those particular areas. So they came up with the numbering system of this planets, oh sorry, stars in particular group. So they designated the brighter one as alpha, second one as a beta, and that is how it further went. So difference between the astronomy and astrology. Astronomy and astrology, we will be taking one big lecture. Presently, simple difference is astronomy is a science. Astrology is art to sell the dreams. Okay. So your art to sell dreams should not trouble somebody, that we should look into. So what is the difference between the constellation and nakshatra? Constellation is every group of stars. Nakshatra is a specific group of stars lying on the ecliptic through which sun, moon and planets pass through as per our visibility. तो ये बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है, और ये बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है. दिस डिफरेंस इज बीन बॉट अप बाय द इंडियन कल्चर and it has got the best list count. Now list count hopefully you understand. Sir, can you explain again? I got disconnected. वीडियो है ना मनीषा जी, वीडियो किसके लिए बना रहे हैं हम लोग, है ना? आपको सबको वीडियो के थ्रू ही जाना है, in case you miss something, and as such I am trying my best to repeat the things. So yesterday we learned about pole star finding, so I will not explain. This is Cassiopeia, brighter V part of the W, which is now looking as a M. In that second half of the ulta V of that M or W, I am drawing perpendicular bisector of this line to point towards the latitude of your area, and here it is 19 degree for Shirdhorn, so pole star is visible. For your kind information, today I was there with the madam in our terrace for half an hour just to see how's climatic condition in the Mumbai nearby region, so that at least the most of the students who are from this particular region will be able to see something. बट ऐसा लग रहा है कि मुझे ही जरूरत है, मैंने देखा, मैंने फोटो निकाले. Others didn't even respond to say that we tried but we didn't see, or we tried and we got succeeded. This type of approach is anyhow going to be troublesome for you people, because केल्याने होता है रे आदि केलेची पाहिजे. So you have to try it out, then only you will be able to master it. Then we will come to the second part of understanding, that in case we don't have Cassiopeia, Sharmista constellation in sky, and we have something else available. Yes. What is it? Saptarshi. Now many people talk about boosting about our Indian culture, but they haven't seen Saptarshi constellation in sky because nobody has shown them, and they never felt curious to go through the internet or to ask some expert. So I showed you this particular Saptarshi constellation. And in this Saptarshi constellation, we listed down these seven rishis, sage, That is Kratu, Pulaha, Pulasya, Atri, Angira, Vasist, and Marich. Now, yesterday I told you many things. I didn't tell you many things about Vasist. Vasishtha has got his wife Arundhati, that is Alkor. As you can see, मैं इसको बड़ा कर रहा हूं, फिर भी आपको यहाँ एक ही दिख रहा है. But शायद if you look properly, you will see adjacent to that there is a tip something. Okay, it is optical double. Alcor is physically can be seen as a separate star in comparison to the Vasishtha. तो जो अल्कोर मतलब अरुंधति, इंग्लिश में अल्कोर है, मराठी में अरुंधति है, एंड ये जो वशिष्ठ है, आई थिंक दैट इज माइजर. ओके, तो ये जो वशिष्ठ और अरुंधति की जोड़ी है, ये जोड़ी बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है और उसके ऊपर बहुत सारी स्टोरी, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ स्टोरीज अराउंड. वी विल हैव proper and correct understanding of all these things when we will continue after fifth lecture. Okay, because this is something like presently you need only this much knowledge that probably such constellation exist and we should not do blunder when we are identifying constellation in the sky. So how to use this particular saptarshi for the pole star identification? So we went further. I told you that please use this Kratu, Merak, this is Dubhe, and join this line to extend it to, hold on, extend it straight to join to your pole star. Now, same time when you have both, what both? Cassiopeia as well as Sharmishta, the perpendicular bisector from this area will go here, this will go, and you will find the pole star, which will be at 19 degree for Mumbai, 11 degree for Coimbatore, Jaipur 26, Assam 27, something like this, and Arizona and Irvine, I already told you. So this is how you can find out the pole star, which was the yesterday's work. Now we will not get into the much other aspects. We'll move on to next slide to tell you something which is of utmost importance. We are entering little bit theoretical part. We are still left with 20 minutes. 5, 7 or 10 minutes we will cover up this theoretical part which is essential for the observational part, and then we will move on to the next constellation. I hope you are enjoying the session. Please don't get bored, because मैं आपके साथ नहीं हूं, तो नहीं तो मैं आपको अच्छी चीज के बारे में कहानी बताता था, बट वो शायद हम फर्दर कभी तो आगे कवर करें. लेट्स स्टार्ट. What are the references when you go for sky observation? The sky observation is initially seems to be little tricky phenomena, because you suddenly run away from your high lit room में बहुत light लगे हुए, and you run away to the terrace and you find that nothing is available in sky. Another 15 minutes you will find that some stars are suddenly coming, though it is night time. So stars don't come, they are already there, but as your eyes are not acclimatized to the darkness, so probably that particular minor feeble intensity of star is not reaching you. आपके आंखों तक पहुंच रही है, बट आपको वो महसूस नहीं करा दे रही है कि वहां पे कुछ प्रेजेंट है. So if at all you are expert also, suddenly somebody puts you into the open sky and ask you, you tell me what is this, you tell me what is that. Sometime it will be difficult, and we need to develop some very systematic pattern to understand and explain the sky whenever and wherever we go. How do we do that? By developing some references. So first reference for sky observation is horizon. You should have clear understanding of your own locational horizon, so you will not be able to confuse any of the unnecessary street light looking at a distance place like some planetary body or some celestial object. Go to the direction part. You will have Jupiter or Mars or Venus or something, not necessarily exactly above east, and that east is marked with a white marker. No, or red marker, the cardinal point shown in your sky map. No, you will have open sky without any marking by anybody. Then having proper directional sense is always useful. Now you may ask, directions तो हमको star और planet से समझने हैं, जैसे pole star and all. But let me tell you, we all human beings understand that sun rises in a east and sets in a west. Then sunrise and setting will give you surely directional sense. So when you talk about observational part or going for a sky observation somewhere, you are not supposed to reach at 9 p.m. you are supposed to reach before sun sets. So it is safer also to locate your position or place to sit, identify any insects and other things, but it will also help you to have fixed reference direction that this is my west. I'm starting my observation from this side. Once suns go down and suppose it is now Venus time, then first object you are going to see in the evening is Venus. Today's date it is rising in the east. So before sunrise, what you will be observing, the brightest object on eastern horizon is Venus. I need not tell you that. We will find some other object also we may be seeing in case time permits. So then once you fix that thing and you pass little time, you will obviously able to locate pole star by using Cassiopeia or by using Saptarshi, that is Ursa Major. Then you know sometimes some known objects, constellations, which are like Saptarshi is very famous, Orion is very famous, some known objects like Jupiter is famous, Venus is famous, Sirius, the dog star is famous, बहुत सारी चीजें फेमस है जैसे प्लानिटरी पोजीशंस की मैंने बात की ये सारा प्रेजेंटेशन वट एवर आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग यू इज basically of the period when we were never not using softwares like a Google Sky or Telerium. There, that time mobile was not having that facility. Today's date, you just put on GPS, make figure of 8 with your mobile, put on your Google Map and Google Sky Map and point it to the any direction. You will get so detailed information that probably sometime you will feel why did I did that particular class for 5 hours or 50 hours. So this is the situation today. Let's go further. What all you need? Older generation was having star maps, present generation having star softwares like Stellarium Celestia. You can also use binocular and telescope. So these are the binocular. Why I'm insisting? It's a handy to carry. You can see many things with a binocular because binocular with laser pointer can make newcomers also to see the things in a very nice way, like Andromeda galaxy, M44, that is Beehive cluster, Pleiades, that is M44. So yeah, like M42, Orion Nebula, or if you talk about some other objects, okay, those are also quite easily visible through binoculars of a good quality. तो रात को देखने हैं तारे और नेबुला और गैलेक्सी और दिन में देखने हैं बर्ड्स एंड बटरफ्लाइज तो एक चीज के 10 इस्तेमाल इस तरीके से बायनोकुलर सीम्स टू बी बेटर प्रपोजल than telescope unless until you get expert with the usage of telescope. Okay, now we go to the next slide. I told you this degree, that degree, Coimbatore 11 degree, Arizona 34 degree. Okay, now how to measure degree. So this is the thumb rule. Now don't ask me, sir, Khali's thumb and third standard Gargi's thumb or junior Badguzar thumb may not be same. Then you don't have to think in that direction because body organs, limbs are proportional. So Santosh Takale is not going to give or hand over his thumb free of cost to Mr. Khali. Neither Khali is going to hand over me those things in return. So I'll be using my thumb, my first finger, second finger, or middle finger, and then probably Khali will be using his. So proportionately, what he will be observing with reference to his body will be same as what I will be observing with reference to my body. So ये कंफ्यूजन क्लियर हो गया ऐसे पकड़े तो भाई जो आपका लिटिल फिंगर है इट कैन रिप्रेजेंट 1 डिग्री 3 fingers including index to ring finger will be approximately 5 degree 10 degree is a fist 15 degree is expanded a little to index finger and probably जिसको हम लोग कंचे खेलते वक्त इस्तेमाल करते थे दैट इज 25 डिग्री ओके वो है आपका थंब टू लिटिल फिंगर अभी आप लोगों ने वो सब इस्तेमाल नहीं किए होंगे कंचे खेलने के टाइम पे तो हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते बट देन आई हैव यूज्ड लॉट तो मुझे वो सडनली याद आ गया सॉरी फॉर इनकन्वीनियंस तो दिस इज द वन वे टू मेजर द डिग्री तो अभी सपोज somebody is sitting in a Shridhon, Panvel, Mumbai, then how you will locate his pole star which is located at 19 degree from horizon कैसे तो भाई देखिए यहाँ कुछ उस तरीके का मेल आ रहा है क्या तो ऑब्वियसली यहाँ पे एक मेल है एंड दैट इज व्हाट इज इट? आप कर सकते हो फिस्ट का इस्तेमाल, और दूसरा फिस्ट उसके ऊपर रख दो। आपको दो हाथ, ये बिल्कुल भूलना मत। ओके, एक फिस्ट के ऊपर दूसरा फिस्ट रखेंगे तो 20 डिग्री हो गया। उसको हल्का सा नीचे, एक जो है मतलब लिटिल फिंगर नीचे खिसकाइए तो 19 डिग्री हो गया। इस फिस्ट के ऊपर जो परपेंडिकुलर, द परपेंडिकुलर बाइसेक्टर कमिंग फ्रॉम द Cassiopeia or straight line coming from the Kratu and Pula of the Saptarshi will intersect with your fist, which is locating, identifying the plane of 19 degree. Then obviously locating pole star for Mumbai people will be very easy. Is it okay? Shall we continue? Go further. Now sky measurements. Measuring sky with a degree, minute and seconds. You all know. Sky whole as a spherical or circular, we can say 360 degree. 1 degree has got 60 minutes and 1 minute has got 60 seconds. So pole star at Mumbai horizon 19 degree. Full moon or sun, for the earth visibility it is approximately 0.5 degree, matlab 30 minutes. Now you may say, when it is on the horizon, it looks bigger. When it is on the zenith, it looks smaller. Obviously, the degree measurement will vary. It varies, but it doesn't count much because in totality, the disk will remain the number of disk will remain the same. So if you talk clear cut half of the sky present at a time, that is 180 degree, you will be able to put 360 sun in line. M45, that is a beehive cluster, very nice, beautiful open cluster in Cancer constellation or Cancer sunshine. Kark Rashi में जो है, that is around 90 minutes, means 1.5 degree. No, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So smallest constellation Crux, which is very beautiful and located in the southern side nearby to the Mitra, that is closer star to our solar system, called Proxima Centauri, Mitra. So that particular Rigel Centaurus bolte हैं. And uske adjacent there is one small constellation, smallest of the whole 88 constellation, called Crux, जिसको हिंदी में बोला जाता है, मराठी में बोला जाता है त्रिशंकु. ये त्रिशंकु भाई साहब वही राजा है जिनको विदाउट मरे स्वर्ग में भेजने का प्रबंध विश्वामित्र जी कर रहे थे. विश्वामित्र जी सेज जो थे, he was trying to send him to the heavens without dying, okay, by his मंत्र सिद्धि and all. And then ऊपर से प्रेशर था, प्लीज मत इस अनऑफिशियल तरीके से मत भेजिए, और नीचे से ईगो प्रेशर था कि मैं तो भेज के रहूंगा, एंड बीच में लटक गए जो राजा, उनका नाम है त्रिशंकु. The biggest constellation Hydra 1304 square degree, that we will see, because इस हाइड्रा को वासुकी बोला जाता है, जो जो समुद्र मंथन के लिए सांप इस्तेमाल हुआ. It is that, and it has got hurt, that is Vasuki Hriday Alpheraz or Alphard, sorry, Alphard. That particular star is visible in the southern side. It is the longest and biggest constellation of the sky. Thumb rule for the degree measurement: fist 10 degree, raise thumb 5 degree, raise thumb with a little finger, and fist 19 degree. This is all you know. I need not tell you. Okay. Then India lies between 57 to 97 longitude and 8 degree to 37 latitude. Now this is known to you. Guidelines for sky observation. Anytime hereafter you are going to watch, because Saturday, Sunday we will have lecture, that is daytime lecture. Wait and watch. What is that? For sky observation, whenever you go, please acclimatize your eyes for 7 to 10 minutes by closing them. And after that, not seeing any intense source of light. Normally red light has got minimum eye opening. Eye means iris. जो आँख के अंदर ओपनिंग होता है, जिसके थ्रू लाइट पास होकर रेटिना पे गिरता है, मैक्सिमम ओपनिंग पॉसिबल इज 7 millimeter. And in light, once light start falling on it, it reduces to 1 even smaller than that millimeter. And then probably light reaching from celestial body doesn't reach to us properly, and the visibility reduces. To enlarge or to have maximum opening of iris, what we will be doing, we will be keeping our eyes closed. Now what I'm trying to tell you will be very nicely visible in case of the some nocturnal snakes like cat snake or python, or very nicely visible with a cat-like animals, that opening part of it. In our eyes, you will not be able to see it properly, but with the animals with a vertical pupil, it will be very nicely visible. Initialize sky observation from home terrace. This is opportunity for you to start with it, because it was sky will be having minimum objects which will be visible, and it can be very easily identified and remembered at your early stage of learning. Now this is ABCS of sky observation, courtesy to Mr. Prabhu, who has taught us this in Nehru Planetarium, where I attended some lectures and now I'm delivering some lectures. Okay, my score was mesmerizing, ekdam touching the 100 like thing, because I love this subject. So ABCS of sky observation is, I myself has done many times I conducted sky observation sessions, and I pointed at some object saying that this may be Venus or Jupiter, and then after some time that Venus and Jupiter ran away, because it was neither Venus, neither Jupiter. It was headlight of some plane coming for landing to Mumbai, passing through Shirdon, and I misunderstood it to be some celestial body. So we have to always be aware of aviation headlight, and that is why I said this is the ABCD, no ABCS of sky observation. B is night time. You will assume something to be a nebulous body, and that nebula must be some migratory birds going through sky. So these migratory birds may confuse you. C, some cloud patches will again make confusion for the some nebulas or some space object. And S is about space awareness. If you are already known to that particular area, you know at what time what will be available. So confusion, like most of the telecommunication towers on mountain range are having some lights, and those lights are probably make you confused about the celestial body. So those space awareness will help you lot. So this is what we talked about observation. Now today we have already covered many of the constellations. Now I'll just run through small part of, hold on, I'll just show you first Andromeda galaxy. We have already seen this. Now at night sky you will have this. आपके आसमान में this particular thing will be existing, and this thing you can see because it's around 10 o'clock on eastern horizon. This must be present, but not like this. This will be present like this. यहाँ पे मैंने आपको ओरायन दिखाया है. Bottom side is the eastern horizon. So now you will not be taking west on your forehead. You will be taking west on your east on your forehead. This map has as it is to be lifted, and keep this Orion side on east and look at east, and you will see Orion rising like this. I'll identify the stars for you. This is Betelgeuse, on the verge of to be supernova. 400 years में एक सुपरनोवा होना ही है अपने गैलेक्सी में. This may be one candidate. Other there is Eta Carini, there may be Antares, some other stars. This bottom one is Bellatrix. This is Ceph. This is Rigel. Here we have Alnitak, Alnilam Mintaka, and this is very famous Great Orion Nebula, the stellar nursery where many of the astronomy lovers, enthusiasts, specifically scientific community, has seen the star taking birth. Okay, so if this is that, then actually it is shown like this. So what we have here? Here we have Betelgeuse, Bellatrix, then Alnitak, Alnilam, Mintaka. This is Great Orion Nebula, M42. This is Rigel, and this is your Ceph. Now this names few Arabics, few Western. Then India has got some beautiful names for them. This is Kakshi. इसका नाम मुझे नहीं याद है. ये जो है ये पूंछ है एक हिरन की, और ये जो है ये राजन्य है, और ये जो है किसी शिकारी ने मारा हुआ बाण है. तो इसके ऊपर हम डिटेल में बात करें. विल टॉक इन डिटेल अबाउट ऑल दिस थिंग्स in next few sessions. Temporarily, I just want to tell you one very important part, that this is what, see, you must have, I told you certain things, that when we will be having, I hope you remember, I told you that this is suppose, uh, this is something I actually wanted to show you, and then I draw something like this, telling this is some Mirfak, this is some Shadir, then three parts, and then I told you this area you will have Andromeda galaxy. So this is that particular galaxy. I will just broad the view and you will understand. This is that galaxy which is located at 22 lakhs light year away from us, but visible to the naked eye in a good sky condition. I will try my best to help you in open sky to identify this object, one of the most appreciated object by every human being. Most of the scientists in 20th century could see, but before that nobody has seen this. And in case they have seen, they have misunderstood it for some nebula or something else. The actual distance was calculated very rarely around 1930 or so. Okay. So anyways, we'll go into that part also temporarily. We are on the verge of closing. Now, as you can understand, I have just skipped very important place where we have all names, constellation, titling. The reason is that I just wanted to make you aware about the sky available to you all the time. Like here you see, here we have Gemini constellation, that is Swarga Kadwar, where we have Sirius, the brightest star of the night. Okay, lot of things exist. So now next lecture, which is on Saturday and Sunday, we will not be talking about observational part. We will be talking about mostly theoretical part, and that theoretical part will run through origin of universe, will run through vastness of universe, will run through the misconceptions carried by the ignorant human beings, will run through the understanding of the observational parameters so that the distance and other things can be calculated. This is what I'll be teaching you in the 5 lectures, will be just part of some 1% of my knowledge, and maybe point not 1% of the available knowledge. So I don't know much things, but if you are liking this, then you have left with the 2 sessions in which you will be deciding upon, are we continuing this course for the next 10 lectures, 20 lectures, or 50 lectures, as you wish. There will be many organizations which will be offering you physical and other online courses, which will be costing in some thousands and all. My interest is continuing with some good student so that per week we can have some discussion on astronomy, science, career, future, so that the group continues for few months, or at least suppose we are continuing with some 20 lectures, then probably it will continue per week. We are continuing one lecture, then it will run for the 20 weeks, which is 5 months. If we continue for the 40 weeks, it is 10 months. So in between any season, we can cover up some theoretical aspects. So considering those parts, if you are interested, Saturday, Sunday, along with these theoretical aspects, which are going to be run on 10 a.m. sharp, we will discuss these parts also. And you can keep sending your doubts by WhatsApp in a group only. If you send me some personal message, WhatsApp message as a doubt, I will ignore it. After that, suppose you will call me 10 times also, I'm going to fire in left and right only. Your response back that you responded me so rudely is actually invalid, because the rules are rules, and I told you nobody calls me unless until I tell him that please call me, your question is very genuine, and that too in a group. You have to send your all questions in a group only. You are not supposed to call me for any reason, because most of the time even I am also little bit busy. Okay, I'm busy for my office activity, and after office I'm doing this activity which people like, but this is not the only activity. So I have seen many people leaving very fast, and 90% of them are from the free student background, that once session is over they will run away. They don't understand that instructions are also sometime important. So present student which are around 50 plus, I have got one request, please follow instructions, that questions in a astro group only. I feel like calling or talking to you, I will send you message and will say that we will discuss now telephonically. Don't call, don't feel offensive for your misbehavior, for me unnecessary. Okay. So thank you very much. Now there are some questions, but today we will not continue with this question. Remember your question. Sir, when the sun dies, will it explode or it become a black hole? Sun will not be black hole. Sir, please tell app to watch the sky. Please, very good. Stellarium you can use. Google Sky Map you can use. Please suggest an app ऑन एप्पल टू, एप्पल में क्या, एप्पल आपके घर पे है तो आप एप्पल पे देखो कौन सा मौसम भी चलता है. ओके, आई डोंट यूज महंगा वाला फोन, आई यूज वेरी सिंपल इंडियन फोन. ओके सर, प्लीज सजेस्ट एन ऐप टू ऑब्जर्व. सर प्लीज टेल an app, a stellarium, or you can use Google Sky Map. Okay, Mruga Nakshatra. Sir, how star take birth? Okay, from hydrogen nebula. I see. Not bored at all. Yes, sir. Enjoying. Yes, sir. So I hope by chance I have missed some questions from you. Kindly accept apologies from my end. Saturday 10 a.m. though Diwali is there, but we will have lecture. Sunday 10 a.m. though Diwali is there, we will have lecture. Then 5 sessions will be over. Last session 15 minutes we'll discuss about the next modalities of continuing the class and related other aspects. Okay, thank you very much for your kind presence. How star shine can we see from far away distance? Okay, we can surely see that. Stellarium Google Sky Map लिख दिया हाँ मैडम ने. Okay, thank you. So thank you very much once again. See you on Saturday morning 10 a.m. sharp. Okay, tata, bye bye. Please leave the class. म्यूट वगैरह नव्हतं ना, अभी म्यूट हो गया था मैं. Please leave class as early as possible. Thank you.